Hey.
Okay, and we're live, ladies.
Whoa.
Tonight, Foghorn couldn't be here. I needed a little break, so I
You
thought
mean
of ladies' night.
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. You mean Barnacle Boy?
Yeah, Barnacle Boy couldn't be here.
Okay.
I thought I couldn't think of a new guest, so I thought ladies' night would be cool. Michelle offered to help out. Emily offered to help out. Here we are. Maybe we get some more girls on here watching. There's Brenda right there. Hey, Brenda.
Hey, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
Wait, why is he called Barnacle Boy now? I don't know that story.
Wait. Before she tells the story, wait. Before you tell the story, I gotta do this.
I got you.
There you go.
Okay, so first of all, y'all have to come out for the float trip next year. It rocked. You guys really missed out. Tammy did a good job with it.
But was it like dangerous? Did you go through like really scary?
A few, yeah. We almost lost several members of the mob to the river in Tahlequah. So yeah, but we all made it. We all lived, and none of us had any serious injuries, bruises, cuts, that kind of stuff. But
so I want you to elaborate on like what you mean by you almost lost a few members, because I don't want to go on a raft trip if it's like.
Oh no, you got to go on a raft trip. It wasn't scary. Like, okay, so we got all this rain. We've been getting a lot of rain here in Kansas and Oklahoma. So we got a lot of rain, so it was up about 6 inches, maybe more normal, which doesn't seem like a lot. But when we got all the rain and the flooding and the hard winter we had, a bunch of big trees fell, like full-size trees fell into the river, which causes rapids, and you can hit the trees and stuff. And so I think Boo and Phyllis got sucked under one of the logs because they were on a life preserver type raft, the round type rafts. They were floating alongside the raft instead of in the raft, which on a float trip, I'm just going to say this again, I can't express it enough. The raft is the safest place to be because it's big and it's loaded down. So
I think Tammy advised not to have the little floats.
I advise several times not to do it because me and Tammy have both been on several float trips and we've seen a lot of injuries happen this way. So also Tyler was sitting on the side, having a little safety meeting while he was rowing, and we hit a tree and he fell out and he went completely under the water. And when he came back up, Lauren and I were holding on to him on the side of the raft, and it was going straight for a large tree that was sticking out of the water. It would have crushed his head between the raft and the tree. So we pushed him off and told him to swim real quick, and he had to swim. So then we all had to pull over because we all almost died. And so
okay, well, we're gonna come with a professional rafting guy.
Just go with me. Just go with me or Tammy. Me and Tammy live here. We know these rivers. We're all about it. So, but the Illinois River Fire Protection District and the Grand River Dam Authority Police came out in their big fan boats because another bad idea. One guy you could put coolers in your raft, that's fine. But this man had a cooler in his raft that had a bottle opener on it. And when he hit a tree and he fell out, he fell backwards, then forwards. And the bottle opener caught his back and took a chunk about that big around out of his back.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so the bottle opener on the side of the cooler, very bad idea. Anything sharp.
Bottle and back opener.
Yes. It was really, really bad, but it was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, that was one of the most fun times I've ever had in my life. You guys have to go on a trip. Usually it's not that bad, but we've gotten so much rain and the hard winter made all the trees fall into the river. So hopefully we don't have that, because here it got about -18 during the winter. About -18, -20. And so all that ice collects on the tree branches, and the tree branches fall. And when they fall into the river, it makes currents to go around it. So another thing I was saying about not being on those little rafts, if your legs are into water, sometimes you can't see those trees until you get caught up in them. But the reason that Foghorn is now Barnacle Boy is because he came out and he looked like a SpongeBob character. He was wearing 1980s booty shorts and a long sleeve, and they were bright blue, and a yellow long sleeve shirt, and this.
No, I saw his weird ass shirt. It looked like he stole it from like a bike, like a racing bicycle person.
Yeah, it looks like the people that were bike racing through Tulsa just knocked one of them off their bike and took their shirt off of them. So
yeah, his shirt was ridiculous.
It was very loud. He looked like SpongeBob with the booty shorts and the and yes, it was. And I got to see his whole ass. Like he had that. It was hiked so far up his butt that it looked like it was a thong. I had to tell him, you know,
God,
honey, I love you, but pull your shorts out of your ass. And then Tyler was mad at me because he was getting ready to go up and smack him on the butt with a paddle, on the bare butt with this paddle from the boat. So he's like, "Why'd you tell him?" I'm like, "It was like right here in my. I did not want to see it."
Maybe we can get him like a waterproof, like a one piece, like a jumpsuit kind of thing, so we don't have to see his ass.
Maybe if it was like down to his knees or past, because you know.
I want to say hi to Mark because he said pumpkin waffle. That's my name.
Yay!
That's cool. You're pancake and I'm waffle. That's funny.
Yes. Woo!
We're the breakfast food bitches.
Do you like pancakes? Yeah, I like pancakes. Do you like waffles? Yeah, I like waffles. Hey!
Oh man.
We go together like pancakes and waffles.
Woo! John can be the syrup.
Yes. Oh, they said we lost Cinda off the boat. She did not know how to swim. And she's going out in the raft, and we're all like, "Honey, put the life preserver on."
Yeah.
So she puts it on. Thank God she fell out of the boat, and they had to rescue her. So some of the guys and gals got her into their boat, thankfully.
I went on a river raft ride in Colorado like a long time ago, but my uncle fell out, and we had a guide obviously, and he joked about it. He was like, "I said bump, not jump," and my uncle fell out. He was like really scared.
No. Well, I want to say it's not like rapids like what you'd get in Colorado. It's kind of like a lazy river with some challenges.
Okay.
Enough to make it fun where you don't get bored.
You're making it sound pretty scary though.
No, it's not scary. It's not scary at all. It's a lot of fun. I mean,
it's hard for me because I work at a year-round school, so we have specific weeks off in the summer. So why don't you guys just change the dates to when I'm off?
Okay, well, we got the date set for next year already, so just ask off now. A year in advance.
It just depends because it's hard for me to ask for time off when we're about to have time off. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
Isn't that what you have vacation for, though?
Yeah, I'm just still really new there, so.
I gotcha.
But by next summer, it'll be different. Oh, I see Brandy. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
And Fawn. And all right. Yeah, it's hard to like pay attention to the comments too.
Yeah. Hi, Brandy. I don't get love and hearts, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
You know what?
Hey, Fawn.
Aw, of course you get hearts, Michelle.
I'm used to it. This is why I'm single. No, the water should not be as high next year, but it's Oklahoma. You never know. The weather is never the same. The weather is the same here, but you got to be in the right raft. That's right. And our raft was the one to be in. It was me, Tyler Hill, Lacey, Lauren, and
Tammy?
No, Tammy wasn't in our raft. I think that's it.
Oh.
Anyways, me and Tyler and Lacey like pull out our sandwiches. Lauren pulls out like charcuterie board, and she's like, "Would you like homemade chicken salad and crackers?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm a fat ass. Yes, I would love that."
I know. So, I saw that charcuterie board. I was like, "Oh my God, did she have some professional?"
She didn't bring that. She didn't bring that. I just found that on Facebook, and I just put that on there to mess with her.
I was like, no, she made those salami roses.
I know. I was gonna message you. How do you make those roses, Laura?
That was pretty funny.
She actually she's very smart. I want her in my raft every time. She brought Otter Pop. She had popsicles in her cooler. So when we'd stop, she's like, would you like a pop? Well, yes, I'd like a popsicle. That sounds great. It's 100 degrees out. So Otter Pop, like whole childhood experience came back. Hey, Brandy,
Brandy doesn't recognize you without sunglasses.
I think my purse is over there. I could grab them real quick if you want me to, and just.
Hey, she's being real, because when I went to look for a photo to Photoshop, all your photos have sunglasses on.
I can wear sunglasses. I got some right here on the table.
You know why? It's because I'm always in my car, because I drive for work, and I'm always in my car, and my eyes are extremely light sensitive, so I always have to be wearing sunglasses or I'll get a headache. So
I understand. I feel sensitive to light as well. When I'm looking at the sun and stuff, it hurts.
Yeah, even like sometimes house lights and stuff, if they're like the bright fluorescent lights or something, I can't look at them. They give me a headache. So if I'm ever wearing my sunglasses inside, it's not because it's always sunny in Doucheville. It's because lights hurt my eyes sometimes.
You know what gives me a headache? Not hungover. You know what gives me a headache? John.
Oh, you mean Fabulous Junior?
Oh, what?
Fabulous Junior. Fabulous. You don't know this, but my nickname for years has been Fabulous.
Yeah.
When I worked at the casino, everybody would say, "Hey, how are you?" And I'd say, "Oh, I'm fabulous." So they started calling me Fabulous. And so I paid out jackpots at a casino, and when I would, people would say, "Oh, we don't want you to pay us our jackpot. We want Miss Fabulous to come pay us."
Aww.
So everybody would talk to me, and they'd say, "Hey, Fabulous." So I'm like, "Oh, my nickname's taken, huh? I got to get a new nickname, huh?" So I said, "I got an idea. I could just be Fabulous, and John could be Fabulous Junior." I think that works really well.
That's funny because it's Father's Day weekend. So to me, Father's Day Junior is Fabulous Junior is his two kids.
Well, you know, he could be along with the kids. He's just a big kid. He knows I love him. I give him so much crap.
Table.
Yeah, he can sit at the kids' table. I give him so much crap. You know, he either loves me or hates me, or it's a very fine line between the two. Just like everybody.
I had a question, Michelle. Are you going to the Beard on the Rocks competition in Spokane?
Okay, so I really want to. I just don't know that I'll have the money to do it.
Yeah,
because that's quite the trip for us. If we drive, it's like 25 hours if we drive. Yeah, if we fly, I think it's like the cheapest tickets I could find was like $300 and something a piece.
I don't know.
You know,
I just booked tickets today on Alaska Airline for the end of August, and I got the Sabre deal for $99 each way. So it came out to $100. It came out to $198.
I have to look because so my closest airport for me to fly out of is Tulsa, and it's usually much higher to fly out of Tulsa than any other airport. Tammy, her closest one's Wichita, so I could drive up and stay the night with Tammy, and we could fly out. But Wichita is also a very small airport, so it's usually pretty high to fly out of there as well.
It's the same for us here because I fly out of the Orange County Airport at the John Wayne Airport.
Oh, okay.
It's usually more expensive because I don't want to go to LAX.
I don't blame you.
San Diego I
would never want to go to LAX. I dropped my sister off there once and never again. I've only been to California one time, but I liked it. I went to visit my grandpa. My grandpa, for his 90th birthday, I went out there. That was about 13 years ago. And he lived in Hesperia, and we drove. My ex-husband and I drove, and somehow he didn't die, kill me and bury me in the desert somewhere along the way. But
thank goodness.
I did make it. Yeah, thank goodness. Some people will say thank goodness. Some people say, well, damn, but whatever.
Well, screw those people that say damn.
That's right. That's right. I mean, too, so whatever.
Right? Be like, look at that gorgeous hair.
Oh, well, thank you. Look at the gorgeous lady on the other side of the screen that I get to look at.
Ooh. I told John if he had to sub for you tonight, if your sound didn't work, I was like, I've got a red wig, and you're just gonna have to wear it and continue ladies' night if Michelle can't hear.
He would never. He should do it. We could paint his nails. He'd look pretty.
I'd have to get him really drunk and then he'd probably do it. He would.
Mission accomplished, yeah.
He's done some silly shit when he was really drunk. Oh, look at Fawn. We're killing it. I mean, I'm not somebody that ever stops talking, so there's not going to be any like dead silence.
Oh, hell no, me either. I talk all the time if you haven't noticed. Just ask John. He's like probably like, I got to get away from her. She never up. And people either love it or they hate it.
He says the same thing to me at home. He says the same thing to me at home.
Well, wait till I come visit. Then he'll have both of us to deal with.
Yeah.
I gotta work out of state that weekend.
Oh, whatever. He's joking like when you come, he's going to be busy.
Oh, yeah, like we could be sister wives, yeah.
Wait, why is Mark saying 3 beers do it? What is that?
He's saying I would do it after 3 beers.
Oh, yeah. It would probably take it would take more than 3 beers, Mark. I mean, I'm excited. Spokane will be the first in-person competition for me.
Since, it will?
Yeah.
Since what?
Since before COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, actually, we're going to go to Sacramento competition the weekend before Spokane. So that'll be the first in-person one. But, hey, Spokane will be the first time John and I have ever been on an airplane together. So he's going to have a lot of fun with my airplane anxiety.
Oh, that's a lot of fun. Just get really high before you go.
No, that makes it worse. I got to get drunk. I can't get high. The weed will make
get drunk. Oh, see, I don't even remember most of Mob Fest because I was high as a freaking kite.
Yeah.
No fault of John. No fault of John, by the way. He didn't do it.
Right.
No, he didn't do it. It wasn't his fault I was high as a kite.
That's a surprise.
It was a man that goes by the initials of Big Sexy. So, man, gave me an edible and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I don't remember the rest of the weekend. So I'm like, did I make an ass out of myself? And everybody's like, no, you were about normal, except you were quiet. I'm like, that's when you know I'm really high, as I'm quiet.
Right? I know. That happens to me, too. People will be like, are you okay? Because I'm so used to talking all the time, and then I'm quiet.
Hi. This is my puppy. This is Phineas.
Hold on. Let's get a look at him.
Oh, my God. That dog is so adorable.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, Phineas.
Look, Finn. Can you say hi?
Here, we can have doggy time. Come here, buddy. Come here. Okay, it's doggy time. Say hi, Bubba. Say hi, Miller. Miller hates being on camera.
I don't know. Finn's pretty new, so he's about 6 months old.
Dude, he's so cute, Michelle.
Thank you. He's an asshole, but, you know.
Yeah, our dog's a brat, for sure. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I love him, but John gets mad at him a lot because he never he never wants to stop barking or gets jealous when we want to make out and he wants to get in between us and stuff.
See, I don't have that problem. Like,
you will.
Maybe.
You will.
My friend just messaged this guy that I had met this guy one day at at Casey's, and he was cute, so I hit on him and everything, and he hit on me. And, oh no! Come to find out, he's hey girl, hey.
Oh, look what Fawn said. Thank you, Fawn. Miller says thank you to Fawn.
So yeah, this guy hit on me, and I was like, oh yeah, I'd go out with him, and come to find out, he's the fire chief. So the guys at the fire station told him he couldn't go out with me.
What? Why? They already knew you?
Oh, Derek was a firefighter. Derek was a firefighter for 16 years.
Yeah, bro code.
So, yeah, well, Jenny messaged him today, and she's like, stop flirting with her. Just ask her out already.
Michelle, watch out. There's somebody behind you.
Uh-oh, it's a serial killer. That's cute. I like it.
Remember when I said no? Absolutely not.
Yep. It fits you. My friend's lost a bunch of weight, so she keeps saying that she keeps buying these clothes that are like way too big for her, and I'm like, no, buy this. She's like, that'll never fit me. And then she tries it on.
when you lose a lot of weight, sometimes you can't really see it. So you keep buying the clothes that you used to wear.
You look good, girl. I've got a full-size mirror in my room, so she's coming in here to check herself out.
You go, girl.
Where? My friend says you go, girl.
Wait, why is Mark saying Fabs and Foghorn finally showed up? What does that mean? Mark, explain yourself.
They sure got pretty, didn't they?
Right? Yeah, damn. They got good makeup and
that's right.
Hair. Wait,
that's
so
right.
Is Brenda Baker talking about edible gummy bears?
I hope so.
I have an edible juice in our fridge right now, but I'm just scared to try it.
So, just technically, FYI, I live in Kansas and it's not legal here, but I'm like 20. I used to be like 2 minutes away from Oklahoma, but I moved to a different town and I'm like 20 minutes away from Oklahoma. But that's close enough for me. I work in Oklahoma, so I think it's like PIM does, and they cancel each other out, and I can, legally have.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I won't name names, but I sent edibles in the mail to a certain whiskerina who recently had surgery.
Hey, all right. I wonder who that is. I'll give you a hint.
Hey, look.
Hey!
Baby Yoda party. Baby Yoda party.
You did?
I did.
Listen to him trying to take credit back there. Tell him I said shut up.
Hey, it's on my credit card.
It doesn't matter. You should pay for it. That doesn't mean you did it.
We did it.
Right?
I said we did it.
He always wants credit. He wants credit for everything, Michelle.
It sounds like it. Men have bought me dinner before, but that doesn't mean they ate it all by themselves, right?
Okay, sorry. It was John's idea. He's getting really mad now.
I'm not mad.
Oh, John, you know I love you. I love you. Even if it wasn't your idea, I love you.
Give credit where credit's due, damn it.
I'm drinking some wine that was $3 on sale at Walmart.
Hell yeah. You know what has really good wine, surprisingly, is Aldi. Aldi has really good wine. My daughter just got some blueberry wine, and she's like, isn't this supposed to help with your heart? Because a bitch is about to get drunk. And I'm like, oh my God. My daughter's 25, by the way, so this is okay. She's of age.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, isn't wine good for your heart? Because I'm about to get drunk. I'm like, knock yourself out, honey. Did they tell you not to drink wine with your... She said, no. I said, well, then knock yourself out. Drink
as long as it's not like all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So my daughter's not really a drinker. She's more of a...
Okay.
Yeah, she's more of a weed snorter, like I like to call, like old ladies are like, I bet they're a weed snorter. So that's a little joke between us. I'm like, I bet you're a weed snorter.
Well, wouldn't they have told her that was a bad idea for her heart, though?
No, they said she can continue to do that, just not any hard drugs. So no cocaine anymore.
Darn it!
Dang it! Yeah. That's not how she stays so skinny, by the way. They said something with the heart condition was making her that skinny. And I'm like, well, damn, she's very self-conscious my daughter's very self-conscious about her weight. So she was like, if I come on this float trip, is anybody going to make fun of me because I'm skinny? Because, you think like people come up to me and approach me and tell me how fat I am and stuff like that. They do the same to her, but they're like, you're way too skinny. You need to eat. You're anorexic.
I hope you both tell all those people to kiss your ass.
My daughter's really mean, so she probably hurts their feelings. Like she can be mean. She's like got the redhead temper, so she's like when you really don't want to piss off. So like she's got like my Facebook password and everything, so she could stalk people that have blocked her, which I have no problem with her doing that.
That's awesome.
She gets on there, and when men are like harassing me, she's like, listen, buddy, fuck off. That's my mom, and you're not going to disrespect her. And I'm like, I just usually just ignore it, and she's like, she'll get on there and just like start telling people off. So my daughter's awesome.
I have a question about the comments. Okay. Why do people keep saying, what did it say? Fuck something, Mark?
Oh,
what was that? Oh, that didn't even make sense. What does that mean?
Shut your fuck, Mark.
Wait, did I just see Nate Johnson's on here?
Yeah, no, this is your banner, Beth.
Oh.
Oh.
Right. I was about to get excited, but I know Nate's in Louisiana right now with his family.
I was going to say, he's usually keeps pretty busy.
Yeah, he's visiting his family, I think, for like 3 weeks. I'm so happy for him.
I'm glad that he's getting away and getting to go visit his family.
Yeah, right? I can't wait. I'm going to see, my mom moved to Oregon during the pandemic, so the first time I get to see her in person since she moved will be at the end of August, and I'm super excited.
This has been so hard on everybody.
Yeah, I just saw my stepdad, my ex-stepdad, for the first time last weekend, so the first time that I could give him a hug in person. Oh, man.
So we didn't really get as locked down here as everybody else did in this area. So, like a lot of the restaurants closed for like a few months, but then they kind of opened back up with mass and limited seating and things like that. Now they're getting concerts back, but certain venues are doing like, instead of one show, they'll do 2 shows, kind of an early show and a late show, and they'll have tables, and that way you're not in the crowd. Which sucks for me because I like being in the crowd and up right by the stage. And I mean, I'm probably going to go deaf next year or the year after because I'm usually like front rail going stage. But I love live music. I love going out and supporting bands. We should go to a concert.
Yeah, they usually do concerts in the park for free every summer here, and I didn't think they were going to do them this summer, but they are, and it's next Thursday, and I'm so excited. So I hope John wants to go.
John, you're going.
John.
Just FYI, you're going.
Everybody online is our witness that John's going to go Thursday. And it's a really cool cover band. They do like, I think like covers of 90s, 80s. I can't remember, but they're a good band. Or rock.
See, I love a good band. I love a good live show. And I like all kinds of music. So my music taste ranges from, this rocks to Please Don't Judge Me.
Yeah.
And my daughter's pretty much the same way. So I raised her right.
Do you happen to like The Weeknd?
Yes.
I won tickets to him on the radio in March.
Oh, shut up.
But the concert's not till 2022.
Well, still, I mean, free tickets, hey.
Oh, my God, I was so excited. I was caller 10, and I was, like, freaking out. And I was like, my best friend's, like, obsessed with him. So I told her, like, right away. I was like, girl, guess what I did? And she was like, oh, my God. So I'll be excited for that.
I never win anything, but I won 3 raffles in the on the float trips. So I was excited about that. I won the box. I won the box. Woo! And there was a tiny peenie in there, a little tiny penis in my box.
Yeah, like a straw or just a rubber one or what?
Oh no, it was just like a little rubber penis.
Oh,
it was very nice. It made me think of my ex, but I don't miss him. But
so wait, who made the raffle basket where you got the penis?
That was the box. That was the box for the Honest Amish box, the Talking Beards box.
Oh, okay.
It might be within reach.
Oh yeah, I want to see a tiny penis because I only see a giant one at home.
All right. So I won the box. I was very excited.
Awesome.
Do you know one time I put 70 tickets in to win the box and I didn't win it on a raffle?
Yeah, 70. That's why I have a hard time with raffles because I want to donate to charity, but then when you give all your money, like, and then you don't win, you're like, but it's still good that the money goes to charity.
Yeah.
Who's Alley Cat? Hey, Alley
Cat.
Oh.
Chef Harris's wife.
Hey, Alley Cat, I love you.
Brandon, this is where everyone is. Yeah, they're.
The comments. She was watching something else and couldn't see.
This is the tiny penis that was in my box.
Oh.
It's just a little guy.
It's like a Barbie vibrator that doesn't vibrate. It would be like a vibrator for Barbie, but she doesn't really have a vajayjay.
Yeah. She's got those painted on panties or whatever. That would really suck. I'd be pissed if, I didn't have a vagina.
Isn't there a name for that?
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
My Life Sucks. Is that the name for it?
Oh man.
That's another one of my raffle prizes that I got from Just One.
Nice. I saw that. I remember that from the basket when you posted the picture.
Yeah, I love it. It's nice. And then I won North Texas their basket. I won that one.
I've got
it had wine in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm drinking my cheap wine.
Cheap wine's good?
I mean, I don't know though. I mean, I guess like
it can be.
You a worse hangover?
It just depends, I think. As long as it's not Mad Dog 2020, I think you're going to do good.
No, I don't think I've drank that shit since high school.
Is it Boone's Farm?
Wait, what is this? Great show. It's Pinky and the Babe time. Aw, say bye-bye to Mark.
Bye, Mark. Thanks
bye,
for tuning
Mark.
in.
Can I call him Mark the Shark?
Thanks for tuning in, Mark.
And then we could play the Baby Shark song.
Chicken Wing, I think that your wife is 105 pounds maybe when she fell off the boat. Soaking wet, maybe. She's tiny.
I don't think she's 105 neither.
No. She's so teeny tiny. She's so cute.
Oh, I got confused with chicken beard. Man, I got confused. Chicken wing, chicken beard.
Chicken wing.
Clinking
beard. I'm like.
Yeah, I still get confused on people's names sometimes, but I have an honest excuse. I have a severe brain injury, so I had a traumatic brain injury. So sometimes I get confused on names or what things are called. So if you're ever talking to me and I just don't make sense, Danny Purdy, you're rigged. You won like 90% of the raffle. How are you coming here saying that it's rigged?
Doesn't he win a lot of stuff during a lot of raffles?
Oh my God, Danny won like 90% of the raffle, I think, and the other 10% is Boo won. So, like, I'm surprised I got anything. Was that before she took a poop chicken wing?
She must have been backed up a couple days.
She was constipated.
Down to 90.
John went into the bathroom. John went into the bathroom this morning after me, and he was like, "Man, babe, you weren't kidding," because he asked me if did you blow up the bathroom, blow it out, and I was like, "Yeah, dude," like. Because I made shrimp last night and I used too much butter. And that it really fucks up my stomach. Dude, my stomach hurt so bad today at work. I was like, dude, I might have to go to the hospital. But it was just because the butter.
My stomach's really sensitive. So I don't have a gallbladder. I got it removed. That's kind of what the gallbladder getting removed is what led to my brain damage. And then I've had like 97 concussions from men beating the shit out of me. But anyways, long story short, like I had my gallbladder removed and they're like, oh, it's a simple surgery. Nothing ever goes wrong. We'll see you when you wake up.
Lies. All lies.
Yeah.
Same thing about my hernia surgery. And I feel worse now than before the surgery. I never had it.
They put me out and when I woke up, when I came to, like my ex-husband worked at the hospital. Everybody all the nurses were standing in the room crying. My ex-husband was in the room. The doctor was holding my hand, like patting my shoulder. And I said, what happened? He goes, you ever had surgery before? They were asking me like, what year is it? Who's the president? What's your name? What's your address? And so they said, have you ever had surgery before? And I said, well, I had my wisdom teeth removed. They said, ever been intubated? I said, no. They said, you can't ever have surgery again unless it's absolutely necessary, because when they took the tube out of my throat swelled shut so tight they almost had to trach me. They had it all done to trach me, but the anesthesiologist didn't want to give me another surgery to recover from. So anything below 90%, you start developing brain damage. And my oxygen level was 40. And my ex-husband, when they text him and they're like, you need to come to the OR, run. And he ran to the OR and he said, I walked in, you were dead. He's like, your lips were gray, your face was gray. He's like, not even blue. He's like gray. But they got me breathing again. And I suffer from some short-term memory loss. And sometimes when I'm talking, I can't remember people's names or I can't remember what things are called. And people that have known me for a long time, they're kind of used to it, especially people that didn't know me before the surgery. So I'll say, like, I was talking to my friends the other day and I couldn't remember the word forklift. And I'm like, you know, the thing that has the flat and it goes up and down, it backs up and it beep, beep, beep. And they're like, a forklift? I'm like, Exactly the word I'm searching for.
I mean, at least you could describe it enough that they figured it out.
Yeah, so it's weird the things that you'll remember when you have the brain injury.
Wow.
It is really strange the things that you remember. I can remember one of my childhood best friend's phone number from the first grade, but I can't probably tell you what I did yesterday or what I ate for lunch yesterday.
Damn. I mean, I have the same problem, but it's because I'm blonde.
I'm naturally a redhead. I came out of the womb a redhead. I was an 11-month baby, so I was already born sassy and with a mind of my own. I guess I wanted to be a Taurus instead of an Aries. Or Pisces, I guess I was supposed to be. I was supposed to be born in March, and I was born in May. So they had to give me good to cut my fingernails as soon as I was born because they were like old lady long. I was purple, looked like a witch. I was a real ugly baby, but
what baby isn't ugly when they fucking come out?
You know, like I was like purple and stuff, and my skin was falling off because I was in there 11 months, and then my mom, like the hospital was Catholic, so they didn't believe in doing a cesarean, so the doctor broke her water in his office, and then they got her like lay in labor for like a week, and only because I was
crazy. Because
only
when
because I was dying.
I had to have open heart surgery, and when I was sick, my grandma wanted to have me baptized, and the priest didn't want to baptize me because I had oxygen on or something, and they said that was like. And my grandma threatened to throw him down the elevator shaft if he didn't baptize me.
Okay, so no offense to Catholics or anything, but Catholics have some different customs. Every religion has different customs that are weird.
Yeah.
But I went to this is gonna be crazy. So I grew up in an all Sicilian town. So Sicilians are naturally Catholic, most of them.
Yeah.
So like 99% of the school is Catholic where I went to school. And the nuns taught first and second grade. Nuns taught us in first and second grade.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, and they were mean. They were really mean. They slapped my hands so many times. Well, I was ambidextrous. I was ambidextrous, and I would reach for stuff with my left hand, which they believed was evil. So they slapped my.
Too. I'm ambidextrous too.
Look at us.
Both hands. Both hands.
Both hands. What they did to me was they'd slap the back of my hand. When that didn't work, they'd slap the palm of my hand. When that didn't work, they tied my arm to the desk. My left arm was tied to the table. And I was only let up for like lunch and things like that. And then they tied my arm to the lunch table. And they tied my arm all through the school year, first and second grade. They tied my arm down to the table so I couldn't use my left arm. I could only use my right. So that made me right-handed.
Oh my God, if that happened today, they'd all be in jail.
Yes, that'd be like child abuse and
Brantley Simpson.
Oh hell!
What did I walk into?
You never know what you're walking into.
Foghorn's just jealous he's not on camera.
Hey, Barnacle Boy, you never know what you're walking into when I'm talking.
I wish we could play the SpongeBob theme song now.
Well, then he did have on like a different hat. I think it was a pirate hat, and I was like singing the "Are you ready, kids?" I said, "You're just gonna be the whole character."
He lives on a pineapple under the sea.
The sea, SpongeBob SquarePants. He was gonna be the entire cast of SpongeBob. I was just waiting for him to be Squidward, but.
All right, I'm just gonna say it now, Foghorn. What was up with your crazy ass yellow shirt on the river?
What was up with your thong booty shorts that I had to see your ass more than I've seen my own?
You could have thrown him in and he would have been a fishing lure. It was so bright.
He was bright.
You could have chased around and caught a fish.
He was when we got lost, I'm like, okay, let's find Barnacle Boy. Where is he? He's so bright that he stands out.
Look what Jeff Harris said. Michelle, my son is Ampa, whatever it is. I love that.
Send him to Catholic school. They'll tie his arm to the desk.
Oh my God. That reminds me of when I went to the dentist when I was little and they like held me down with like a giant board. So I wouldn't.
Oh my gosh.
Just like that shit scars people for life. They don't realize
it really does.
That shit really fucks you up.
People wonder why I'm so weird. Listen, my whole family was alcoholics and drug addicts. No kid should ever have to grow up how I grew up. But my whole family was like alcoholics and drug addicts. There'd be like 30 people living with us because my parents were the only ones with jobs. There'd be 30 people living in a 3-bedroom house. You get up, trip over bodies. They'd steal your stuff. They'd be shooting up in the living room, whatever. This was like a normal childhood to me. So
your life sounds like that show Shameless.
I can't watch Shameless. It's too real for me. I have to turn it off. It's very, very similar, except a worse extreme. So I remember one time I was in 2nd grade maybe, and I went in to get some clothes for school, and one of my relatives, I don't know, aunt, uncle, cousin, had hid their needles in my dresser drawer because they thought if the police came, they would never look in the kid's dresser, and they were wrapped up in my clothes, and they very clearly had drugs in them. But so this is how I grew up. So people think I'm weird. I'm very normal compared to how I could be. I'm amazed I turned out as normal as I did.
Yeah.
It's probably some miracle that I turned out as normal as I did. But you know, when people think I'm weird, I'm like, you have no idea where I came from.
Yeah. I know, like, it's just crazy how much our childhoods shape our adulthood, and you know, they didn't really know a lot of that when we were younger, but now it's proven because I've taken so many child development classes as a teacher that I mean, we don't give kids enough credit of how smart they are, but how much they absorb when they're little, you know. So everything they see is like really gonna shape their life, you know. Oh my God, look what Barnacle Boy said. I wanted y'all to find me if I went under.
Yeah, I just think that you were living with SpongeBob and a pineapple under the sea. Well, hello, El Jefe.
Oh, hello, Ilo Palote, with the coolest name ever. I want to change my last name to Palote.
Hey, Fabulous Junior, how are you?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit on John Fabula, just so you know. I have a crush on him.
I heard his girlfriend's kind of mean. You might want to watch that. I wouldn't mess with her.
Right, dude. One time, one of John's ex-girlfriends said something on Facebook in a comment that I didn't like, and I was on there in 2 seconds saying, "He is fine where he is," and she was like, "That's not what I meant," and I was like, "I don't give a fuck." I was so mad, dude.
You're like,
and it was over something like super dumb, you know?
Yeah.
I've matured since then.
Listen, bitch, your birth certificate's about to expire if you don't stop. So just fair warning. That's what you need to tell her.
Oh
I cannot wait to see you either, El Jefe. I'm excited to see you. I'm going to give you a big hug. I won't be high this time.
What are you guys doing next weekend that we're missing out on?
There's a Beard Monkey comp in Wichita.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a lot of beard comps in the southern area that we miss out on.
There are. You just need to come here.
Well, we want to move to North Carolina, but it won't be for like 2 years.
Well, that's all right.
Just because my dad just moved to Georgia and he used to live in North Carolina, and I love North Carolina. It's beautiful.
I've never been there. I've never been to the East Coast, so I would like to go.
Okay.
It's a bucket list goal. My ex-husband's family was from North Aiken, South Carolina, so he went, but he went a lot. My ex-husband was a douche. I'm sure he still is, but he went on a lot of trips and I wasn't allowed to go. So there's all the time. And so there's a lot of places I haven't been. Oh, he was very mean and abusive. Like, he tried to kill me several times. It's amazing I'm still alive. The doctors don't know how. But he'd go on trips all the time and I wasn't allowed to go. And that was when he'd go visit his family. 'Cause, you know, he didn't want me around for whatever reason. But, he was very mean and abusive. He was a medical professional. So he'd, like, if we'd be fighting, like, all of a sudden I'd be sitting there, and he'd stick a needle in my neck and inject me full of stuff to make me go into a coma. And then he'd bring me out of it. Or I'd wake up with an IV bag hanging from the bedpost. And, oh, my life is like a freaking Lifetime movie, girl.
I mean, I had an abusive relationship and he tried to kill me as well, but it wasn't, I mean, it was bad. Like, it was really bad. I had to move away because of it. I had to quit my job, break my lease, get a restraining order, couldn't tell anybody where I was going. My family had to do an intervention with me because I didn't want to leave my boyfriend at the time, you know, and my
it's
family
that whole
like,
gaslighting thing that they do
yeah,
to you, that it's all your fault.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and his mom gaslighted me too, because she wanted me to be the one to change him. So she always would tell me like, "Oh, you're good for him," you know, and she was crazy too. Oh, it was so awful, Michelle. I used to go home and turn my lights off because I didn't want him to know that I was home after work. Oh, it was so scary. He would stalk me and follow me to work. Tried to kill me a few times.
My ex-husband, I got married very young, and so since abuse had been a thing in my childhood, abuse was normal to me. When I was 5 years old, my aunt got mad at me because she came over. She was extremely high. She wanted me to call her ma'am, and I said, I don't understand why I call you ma'am, because you're my aunt. And she's across the room, and she said, oh, you little bitch. I was 5. I'll teach you a lesson you'll never forget. And I was this teeny tiny skinny little girl. She runs across the room, tackles me, puts her full weight of her legs across my chest, and she sits on my chest, and she said, I'll teach you a lesson you'll never forget. Are you ready? And she held my arms out to the sides, and I said, what are you going to do? And she said, I'm going to pull them right out of the socket. Here we go. And she did. She pulled them out of my shoulder socket. Yeah, and that's why if you ever see pictures of me and I kind of hold my arms weird, or I have really fatty arms, they didn't ever go back in the sockets correctly. Back then, you know, they didn't even do x-rays. They just my mom took me to the hospital, and they had men stand on either side and pull them and push them until they popped back in. Yeah. So I have trouble with my arms. Sometimes my arms are very weak, and I can't hold heavy things or lift heavy things a lot. And so abuse was very normal part of my childhood. So when I started getting it in adulthood, it was I was used to it. It was normal for me. Yeah. And then when I got with my ex-husband, I was 17. He got me pregnant on purpose, he told me later, because he was afraid I would leave him because I had scholarships to go to college. And he got me pregnant on purpose so I would marry him and kind of be connected to him. And when I finally left him after being married to him for 17 years, I got with another guy that was exactly the same. He seemed really nice. I'd never been single. The girls at work thought they were doing me a favor, setting me up with a nice guy. And he was exactly the same. So I basically thought it was all my fault because my ex-husband had me convinced, you know, you're fat, you're ugly, you're unlovable. Everybody talks bad about you behind your back. They say how ugly you are all the time. My friends will come up and say, you could do so much better. Michelle is so hideous. And so I believe that because that was my husband. You know, you wouldn't think that they would say things like that. So when Derek was insanely gorgeous. All the women in town are like throwing themselves at him, and he chased me for several years. And he told me later, he's like, I've never had to chase a woman in my life, and I had to chase you. And I'm like, oh, is that why you like me? And he said, no. We were friends for about 16 years. He was a firefighter, so I knew him because my ex-husband and him worked together sometimes because my ex-husband was in the medical field. And so we had been friends for so long, and he'd always had a crush on me. Of course, I always had a crush on him because he was gorgeous. I don't know. So anyways, he chased me for all those years. I always thought, oh, he doesn't really want to date me. He's too good for me. You know, he doesn't really want to date me. And so when I finally agreed to go out with him, he was just, you know, I can't believe you finally agreed to go out with him. And when I told him why, I'm like, you know, that, and I was afraid, like, if you hit me, it'd be over because he was a bodybuilder and he had these big muscles. And I'm like, if he hits me, I'm going to die. He was so upset he cried when I told him that. And he said, you know, he would never hit me. He was upset that how I was treated. So he was very much my protector. My ex, after my ex-husband, that ex, he stalked me. I'd wake up, he'd be standing over me in bed watching me sleep. And so Derek just basically told him, don't call her, don't text her. I don't even want to think you think about her. And if you break in our house, I'll shoot you. You know, I mean, he was very, very, very protective over me. And so the guy left me. Why didn't you work alone then? So Derek was killed in a car wreck.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Derek was killed in a car wreck 3 years ago. And he was wonderful.
Talking beard.
That was my firefighter tribute beard that I made. The firefighter tribute beard, that was for Derek.
I remember.
That's the picture in the middle. So okay, that was a memorial. That's okay. A bunch of people forget that. But yeah, that was my That was my love of my life, and I'm glad I had him.
One though, girl.
Hopefully.
Hi, Megan Reynolds. We got to say hi to Megan Reynolds real quick because she said, "Hey, ladies."
Hey, girl. Hey. So I miss your face.
If you type in these comments, it pops up like Big Sexy Saturday Nights, Talking Beer Set.
Oh, okay. So wait, what are you drinking in your cup?
Oh, it's just Diet Coke. I'm not a real big drinker.
Which is a good thing. It's not a healthy habit.
You just put your boobs on the camera for all the guys.
I'll put my boobs on the camera. Hey.
No.
Hey.
That's Derek. That's Derek and his nephew at the fire department on one of his off days. So he was absolutely gorgeous. Sorry if you're getting my boob shot.
Hey, see, that's what I said. I'll show my boobs too. Woo!
Woo! It's not like anything they haven't seen before. They see me in a bathing suit, and you see how I dress. I can't have anything. People think it's weird. I can't have anything like tied around my throat because it reminds me of being choked, and not in the good way. So, like, anyways, I can't do. If you see me with t-shirts, I'll pull at the collar a lot. Just ignore it. That's why. Not to bring everybody down with Michelle's tragic little life, because my life's way better now. Actually, one of my ex threatened me. The ex stalked me after, and when Derek died, he started his bullshit again of stalking me. He threatened to come to a beard comp once, and I'm like, that's probably not a good idea.
Oh hell!
Like
you think? I hear you, dude. I always hoped that my abusive ex was dead. I always hoped my abusive ex was dead. And then a few years ago, I looked him up on Facebook just to see, and I found him, and I was like really scared. But he was like married with a kid now, so I made sure I blocked him.
God, yes. Mine kidnapped me. He was going to go to prison. The last time he beat me was really severe, really severe. I was in the hospital. 5 times in 6 months because of his abuse. But the last time he beat me was really severe. They actually brought in a forensic nurse who took pictures of my bruises. She held up a ruler to each one of my bruises and cuts and took pictures of. So he was going to prison, and I was going to testify against him. I came home from work, and he was sitting in my living room with a gun. And basically held me at gunpoint for a month and a half until they dropped all the charges against him because I couldn't be served to testify against him. And as soon as he let me go, I packed my shit and I got out of town. And I moved in next door to a friend who was a firefighter. He owned a house right next door to him and moved me in there and basically kept me safe from the guy. He still broke in, he still broke in and stuff like that, but he never kidnapped me again. He tried a few times, but he never kidnapped me. He did kidnap and hold me at gunpoint for about a month and a half until all the charges were dropped.
So what made him completely leave you alone eventually?
I have no idea. Somebody talked to him. And he still stalks me from afar because my daughter's boyfriend went in to buy a part he works at a motorcycle shop. My daughter's boyfriend went in to buy a part at that motorcycle shop, and he's like, hey, how's Michelle doing? How's she living across the street from the police department? So he knew where I lived. I had moved, and he knew where I lived. And so some of my friends that I live with now, they felt really unsafe that he kept breaking in my house and I lived alone. So when my daughter and her boyfriend, after my daughter's car wreck, my daughter got in a really bad car wreck and was almost killed. And she came to stay with me afterwards because she had to do physical therapy and all of that. And so after she was healed and her and her boyfriend moved out, I was living by myself, and my friends are like, pack your stuff. You're coming and you're moving in with us because they have a really large house. And they're like, you're not living there alone where he can break in and do whatever to you and maybe kidnap you or kill you again, kidnap you again or kill you. So they moved me in, and that way they keep me safe because he's terrified of men, but especially my friend's husband. So he doesn't. He keeps tabs on me, but he doesn't do the breaking in and watching me sleep and stuff like that. So, anyways, people are crazy.
I know. I mean, it didn't ruin my life, but at the time when I was in an abusive relationship, it did because I was living in San Diego. I had a really good job. I was going to school. I lived 2 blocks away from my mom. I had really cool roommates, and my life was really good. And then because I chose to date this person that tried to kill me, it at the time it ruined my life. I had to move away.
Yeah.
It was 2 weeks before my 21st birthday. My roommates hated me. My family hated me. And then like it put my mom in danger for a while because his mom lived near my mom and he was calling and threatening not only me but my mom. So she was like, now you've put us all in danger just by like choosing this person. So it was awful. My mom didn't let me come home to visit for like 2 years after that to California. And to this day, we can't even talk about it. We don't bring it up. We just pretend like it never happened in my family.
There are very certain few people that know what happened to me. I'm really vocal about the fact that it happened because I've had several women and also a couple of men, because abuse does happen to men as well. I've had several women and a few men contact me for help to help them get out of abusive relationships, and I have. So
maybe we should do a specific charity in the future for like focus on domestic abuse to help.
Yes, I agree. That's one of my big. So if you ever talk to me, my big things that I'm a really big champion for are always domestic violence survivors, child abuse, because I've been through both. Firefighters, police, fire, EMS. I like them. Military's a big one. I was the secretary of the American Legion Riders for several years, and I was a Patriot Guard rider. So military's a big one of mine. My whole family, military.
And then for me, autism, because I currently work at an autistic school, and I see how much this school helps these kids. And all the kids at my school are like very, very severely autistic. They either like hit themselves or they're nonverbal, it's so heartbreaking. And I really want to help autistic charities as well.
I think that's fantastic. It's kind of heartbreaking, but I used to work at a state hospital, a mental hospital. When I worked for the state, my first job for the state was at the state hospital, which is a mental hospital, not like violent offenders, but like people severely autistic, severe intellectual disabilities. And so I worked at the state hospital for years. Absolutely loved that job. The worst thing about it was it's haunted. It was haunted. It was like a big college campus. The whole campus was haunted. I have the craziest ghost stories from that place.
You should write a book. You should write a book.
I used to have pictures of apparitions and things that were in there, but I used to have a tablet that I would sit there and take pictures with, but my ex broke it and it wasn't backed up. So I need to look and see if I could still find some, but there were full body apparitions sometimes, lots of orbs. So I worked overnights. I worked 11 to 7, and crazy things went on. But sorry, there's like a little mosquito in here.
Oh, I thought that was just part of your story.
No, there's a mosquito keeps flying by my face, but I do that as well. So, I loved my residents when I worked there. I absolutely loved my residents. When I got to see them, if I worked day shift, it was their favorite just to come over and visit with me. But mainly I worked overnight. I was by myself. I was locked in a building all by myself. And so you'd see and hear all kinds of crazy stuff. And that was the whole campus was haunted. It was about the size of a college campus. The state hospital had several cottages where the residents lived, about 30 residents to a cottage usually. And then there were places that they worked, like woodworking shop, where they made Adirondack chairs and things like that. They had a car detail shop where they detailed cars. They had a bike shop. They made dog biscuits that would ship all over the world. So screen printing, laser engraving. So there's a whole bunch of jobs there that if the residents wanted a job, they could work at them and make money.
Okay, I'm going to let you talk to John because I just really have to pee because I was drinking the wine.
Go.
So John's going to take my place. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Okay. All right. Bring Fabulous Junior on in.
You're Fabulous Junior. I'm Fabs.
No, I'm Fabulous, babe.
Fabulous.
I thought you'd be taller.
Yeah, everyone said that.
I know. I got to give you shit.
This isn't a mob salute. That's not a mob salute. Oh, man. I love you. Yeah, this is cool. I think this is pretty cool. Like,
I love it. This is awesome.
You guys made it the hour, so that's
There's
cool.
your mob. There's your mob salute right there. Is there anybody watching still, or did everybody go, "Oh my gosh, this sad shit's not for me," and wander off?
I mean, we got some viewers.
Hey, viewers.
But
I love y'all.
Did you get my message?
Which one?
The last one while you were talking.
Oh yeah. I see it.
Okay.
I see it. If I look down, I'm not looking at my crotch. I'm looking at my phone. So.
Bye, Megan. Happy birthday,
Megan.
Harley.
Happy birthday, Harley. Oh, I want some cake. You're talking to my inner fat girl. I want some cake and ice cream, please.
Oh, she's got an ice cake.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It'll look good. She's going to do a thing.
How old did she turn? Is she turning?
Birthday party. How old is she?
She sent her cheese balls. I see if she likes those.
Who doesn't like cheese balls, man? Cheese balls are great. I remember when I was a kid and they came in the can. They were the Planters cheese balls, and they had the metal ring that you would pull off. And I can remember cutting my wrist trying to get in there. And I wasn't a fat kid or anything, but I like cheese balls. So I was actually a really skinny kid, believe that or not, like scrawny skinny.
8.
Maybe that's where my daughter gets it.
8 going on 13.
Yeah.
That's cool. My birthday's July 1st.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
So, I didn't tell anybody, but during the float trip, if I was a little Malakany, I tried to pretend like I wasn't, whatever. Derek's birthday was Monday, the Monday after the float trip. So.
Hello?
Shit.
He would have been 48. See, I try to make him younger than what he was, but he would have been 48.
Emily's lawyer just called her, so she had to take that call.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, I love you too.
She had a slip and fall.
Oh no.
Oh, that's cool. Happy anniversary, Megan.
Happy anniversary.
Oh, what?
See,
I can't.
Now you'll never forget her anniversary.
Oh, I won't. No.
Well, chicken wing. I want some strawberry cake then.
All right. Get the.
I loved strawberry cake when I was a kid.
Emily.
That was one of my favorite.
Emily's lawyer called from her slip and fall, so I'm filling in.
Fill on in.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you too. I'll talk to just about anybody, unless you're an asshole. If you're a funny asshole, I'll still talk to you.
We know, Michelle. You'll hug anybody too.
I will. I love to give hugs, and I think I give pretty good hugs.
Oh my gosh, Buffon gives good hugs.
Buffon gives good hugs. You know who I think gives the best hugs? No offense, Buffon, but do you know who I think gives the best hugs ever?
Bye,
Bill
Megan.
Peterson.
Love you.
If you've never had a hug by Bill Peterson, y'all are missing out. Bye, Megan. I love you. Bill Peterson gives the best hugs. Like, he means that shit. When he's hugging you, he means that shit. Same with Boo. I love you, Boo. No offense to your hugs.
Elo just keeps saying, get the fuck out, Fabs.
Aw. He's mean, man.
I know, man. I met him finally at Mobfest.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to meet a lot of people finally at Mobfest, huh?
Yeah, for real. Like a lot that I never met.
Well, I wasn't so nervous, probably because of, all the weed in my system. But, yeah. You and I actually talked this time, unlike at Nationals.
I know. Like, I avoided you at Nationals.
Why you avoid me? Man.
I was just kidding. Like, Nationals was weird for me because, like, I usually go do my thing, but my sponsor got me out there, so I was like, and he's never been to a live comp, so I just kind of like
really nervous.
Stayed with him, and
so some people have said like at comps
Can you bring me more wine?
Yeah,
Some people have said at comps that I'm not like really friendly. I'm really a super friendly person. I get really nervous.
Look at, he said it twice.
Get the fuck out, Fabs. Whoa! Elo Pelote hating on my man.
He missed you.
That's okay.
You.
John's head is this big all the time. You guys just don't know it.
Oh, you're prettier. You're prettier than John is.
I'm prettier than John, but he's the one in the mirror. He's the one in the mirror every day, like Marsha Brady, brushing his beard, counting to 100.
Yeah.
I had to go to the bathroom, and then I had to take a phone call because in 2019 I went to Rite Aid on Mother's Day to get his mom a Mother's Day card, and I slipped on a puddle of water. So now I'm suing Rite Aid because they didn't have like a sign up, and I hurt myself really bad.
Oh no.
So my mediation is on Tuesday. So wish me luck because Rite Aid owes me some effing money for falling on water. Right. And I'm not that kind of person. I just want you to know I'm not the kind of person that would take advantage of a company or anything like that. So, but
well, they need to have proper signage because that could have hurt you really bad.
And you know what's crazy? I went back the day after I fell so I could find the employee that was the witness. They had put up a wet floor sign, but not till after I fell. So I took pictures of that to make sure that they saw it happen the day after when they put up the sign. So
yeah, that's shady.
Yeah,
shady.
And I've never done that before. I've never like had to get a lawyer about something like that or anything. But it like royally messed up my wrist and my arm.
Oh gosh,
and I bet. Doctors and all that stuff, and that shit's expensive. John wants to show you his prize today. John won a prize today, so he wants to show you.
Oh, nice.
So John's job got bought out by a new company, and they had like these employee games today where they had to play like dodgeball together and all this shit. So he won that speaker, and look at this award he won.
Woo!
His team was number 1 today. They played dodgeball and did relay races and shit.
We're undefeated.
So John is undefeated, amazingly enough.
And I was hungover.
And he was hungover, a big surprise. Oh,
good job, John.
Jeff Harris says he's going to go. He's going to spend time with Chicken Nugget. I want some chicken nuggets now.
Well, we should call it.
Bye, Chicken Wing. Bye, Chicken Wing. Love you.
Bye, Chicken Wing. Thanks for tuning in. We should call it. We're over an hour. Let me run this video.
What video? I want to see.
Everybody wants to see us.
Oh, he's going to show the video. Cameras. I'm all. Oh, I thought you froze for a minute, Michelle. I was like, what the heck?
Love you, Jeff.
I'm here. Love you.
Oh, Michelle, you're so funny.
All right, well.
Oh, thank you. So are you. This has been fun. Otherwise, it would have just been working.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Episode 19, Ladies' Night with Michelle Emerson, Emily Grazis. I think it was pretty fun. Catch y'all later. Love you.
I love you, Michelle.
Love you, girl.
Anytime.